Hello, everyone. Agent of Doubt here, and it's time for a ramble. After a long break from the ramble format, I'm back. I had a lot going on in my life, and to start this train of thought off, I just want to tell you all that there are two types of videos that I don't like here on YouTube that I just kind of scroll over when the people that I'm subscribed to make them. Number one is talking about the direction of your channel. I see so many times people say, hey, I'm going to start this project or I'm going to start that project, and then it never comes to fruition, for one. I mean, how many people am I subscribed to that said that they were going to read the entire Bible and comment on every chapter? You know? How many projects have I seen that have started off like that and, you know, they didn't make it through Genesis? Or if they did, they quit shortly thereafter because there's that part where it's like, and this guy begat that guy, begat that guy, begat that guy. Anyways, people rarely follow through on the direction that they say that they're going, you know? And just the video itself is kind of redundant. I would rather see people go do what they say they're going to do, you know, rather than say it. I want you to go do it, you know. It's really simple, but for me, I feel like I feel it a lot more because the type of YouTubers that I'm subscribed to have previously put out great content, and sometimes they take a break from YouTube, and that brings me to the second type of video that I don't care for, and I will just scroll right over on my phone, and that is people saying why they are back from a long absence, you know, and then they check in and say, I just wanted to make this video to say that I'm still here, I'm still alive, you know, and then very often that's followed by another long break in their uploading, you know. There are a few examples of this that are terrible as far as great YouTubers that I'm subscribed to that just kind of migrated away from uploading. DOS American Atheist was one of the worst. Together for Peace. What brought this ramble to fruition in my head was actually a video by Babbling Brook, which I liked some of the content in the video. There's a heartfelt message from her, but it's just I rarely click on videos like that explain why people are coming back, you know, just to check in, and what direction they're thinking about taking their channel. That being said, I'm going to talk about the direction I'm taking my channel, which I've already been doing. You know, I didn't start off with a video saying I'm going to go in this direction. I just started doing it. I'm getting out there and filming activism again. I'm filming real life events and putting them up on YouTube. And I don't really care if I'm going to not grow my channel as much, because I do YouTube because I like to do YouTube, not because I'm, you know, setting benchmarks as far as like, oh, I'm not as big as this guy or this guy or this guy. Some of the videos that I've put out, I feel like when people do discover them, they're going to have this reaction to, I want to pwn it, I want to respond to it, I want to take a clip of it and use it. And some people actually ask me for permission. That's great. You don't need to. You don't need to ask anyone's permission for any video on YouTube as long as you're doing it fair use. But I do appreciate when people ask me, because that gives me a chance to say, and please link me the resulting video, because I'd like to watch it. I'd like to see your response. You know, don't just make the response and then never tell me, because then I won't see it. You know. And I've been burned by this direction in the past. where I put up a bunch of footage raw, and other YouTubers took it and sometimes just re-uploaded it, or they put their own title card to the video and then put their own outro card, but they didn't add anything to it at all. It was not fair use. Virum Serum still has a video up that I justifiably put a copyright claim on, and he won. Because that's just how YouTube works. It's not always fair. But I've had people lift portions of my videos or my videos entirely before, because sometimes they think that when I put out a 30-minute video that the most prescient piece of it was like 1 minute long. And so people need to be able to see that 1 minute long clip without attribution on my channel, because that guy just doesn't know what gold he has on his channel. No, I know. I just didn't want to take it out of the context that it was in. And about, I'd say, 3,000 of you are here from me doing my own independent research on things, and then being cited by another YouTuber, and that would be Thunderfoot, right? I went and did my own little investigation of Laughing Witch's finances and court records and stuff. That is YouTube history. And then when Thunderfoot made a video about it, he cited me. And that was awesome. That's a third of my subscribers right now came from that one little point. But, you know, the YouTube system of fair use being better than the original use giveth, and it also not giveth. It doesn't take away so much, because really these great videos that I've made sometimes just sit on my channel and no one ever watches them, and they get a couple hundred views, but they don't catch fire like, you know, other videos that have maybe even less poignant clips in them. But sometimes I've been borrowed from and not attributed, and I'll just, for the sake of this video, give Thunderfoot again as an example. In the middle of his fight between him and PZ Myers, Thunderfoot lifted footage from my YouTube channel of PZ Myers redefining the word atheism in a it was in a presentation at the Ascent of Atheism conference in Denver, and that was basically the yearly conference of the AAA. Never mind that. Anyways, the video was on my channel in its entirety, in context, and if it weren't for people like me going out into the world and actually filming activism and filming all these different things, the YouTubers that borrow from us, sometimes with and sometimes without attribution, would not have any content. And that's part of the reason why I go out there and I film things. Like when Black Lives Matter protests happen in my city, I go out and film it, you know, and maybe somebody, you know, 1,000 miles away is going to see the footage on my channel, and he's going to say, oh, here's this little clip that I want to respond to and pwn and ha ha ha, and he'll get thousands more views than me, right? But which person do I respect more? Which person do I feel like being more? I'd rather be the person who filmed the event, and maybe in between I'll give you guys commentary on the trends that I'm seeing and respond to some of the concepts that are coming up in these protests. But really, I feel like there are a lot of YouTubers who owe their existence to YouTubers who get up off their asses and go out there and film shit. All right? Here's another example. Melissa Click, former professor at Mizzou, in defending a safe space, attacks a cameraman, right? And calls for a whole bunch of other people, hey, can we get some muscle here? to eject this guy, name the cameraman. Don't like do any research. Don't Google it. Just fucking think. Do I know the name of the cameraman? No. Name where you saw the footage. Probably a YouTuber with, tens to hundreds of thousands of subscribers, right? The original guy doesn't get credit. It's always the people who already have a fan base existing, and those people have put out regular content, and that's why they get those subscribers. They regularly mill through and churn through other people's content, and yeah, it's fair use, and yeah, it's creating a new work, but there are plenty of YouTubers here that do that, and although they do get a lion's share of the views, they're not the people who I respect the most. I would rather go out on the adventure of filming things for myself, investigating things for myself, rather than just wait for somebody to say something stupid on the internet and then respond to it. That style is played out for me, and although I still watch many of those YouTubers, hoping for an elevation to the discourse, which sometimes doesn't happen, I'm just not feeling like being a part of it right now in my life. I'd rather use my life to go see the things as they're happening.